I'm going to break down exactly how I built a €350,000 a year profit coaching business. I'm going to talk you through my workflow and the tasks I do every single day that allow me to book 10 to 15 sales calls every single week, and what I'm focusing on a day-to-day basis in order to get these kind of results. In the last 3 days alone, I signed €15,000 with new clients. And absolutely no gatekeeping, I literally want to break down everything I'm doing so you can just copy and paste. And you're probably thinking for a start, I spend every waking second behind my laptop working, grinding, 12-hour days, but that's actually not the case at all. I play rugby, I have a social life, I go to the gym, I go on runs. I run a multi-six-figure business because I understand the concept of leverage and working smart and not hard. And just to show you that this works, Shifa signed 12 new clients in the space of 60 days. Elaine doubled her income in 1 month. Lorcan 10x'd his business. Sophie replaced her teaching salary in 30 days, is now a full-time coach. Emer hit her first 10k month, and I can go on and on and on. So if you're feeling stuck at a certain income level right now and you really want to grow, you want to make more of an impact, you know you're meant for more, you want to make more money, this video is for you, because I'm going to break down exactly why you're stuck and exactly what to do. Firstly, people set business goals completely wrong. You can't just say, oh, I want to make more money, I want to hit 10k a month, I want to hit 5k a month, and then aim for that. That is completely backwards. What you want to do is you want to set identity goals. Let's say this is you right now and you're making somewhere between probably 3 to 9k a month, but you want to be up here making 10, 15, 20k a month. To hit that goal, all you have to do is take action like the person who is already there. What would the version of you who's making 10 to 15k a month be doing right now instead of what you're currently doing? Maybe you'd be scrolling on your phone less, prioritizing walks more, meditating a little bit more. Maybe you'd hire a business mentor. Act as if you are the version of yourself who is already making the money you want to make. Set identity goals. If you wake up every single day and you make decisions as the version of yourself who already makes the amount of money you want to make, the gap will close so fast between where you currently are and where you want to get to. And this kind of ties in with my next point, which is leverage. Work smart and not hard. Leverage is about getting the best results from the least amount of effort. Stop being a busy fool and working on stuff that's not actually growing your business and not moving the needle forward. Like, have you ever had one of those days where you sit behind your laptop and maybe 4, 5, 6 hours go by and you actually ask yourself at the end of the day, what did I actually get done? And you didn't do anything productive to really move the needle and really grow your income and grow your business. That is what we want to avoid at all costs. That's what I call the gray area. And my clients will know this. The gray area is big fat X. It is in the bin. We hate the gray area. Either you're switched on, you're locked in, and you're working on stuff that's actually moving the needle, or you're not working and you're relaxing and you're recharging. There's no in between. The gray area is something we want to avoid at all costs. I want you to picture this. Now, excuse my absolutely terrible drawing, but 3 people are trying to get to a destination. 1 person is walking, 1 person is riding a bike, and 1 person is flying. They're all going to eventually end up at the destination they're going to, but at radically different speeds. And the person who gets there the fastest is actually doing the least amount of physical work. It's going to take a lot more effort to ride a bike or to walk than it is to get a plane, but the plane's going to get there the fastest. And the person who's on the plane isn't lazy, they just chose a better tool. And this is exactly how growing a coaching business works. The coaches who grow the fastest are not the ones that are walking and doing the most amount of work. They're the ones who are working smarter. And once you understand that, it's not about the amount of work you do, it's about working on the right things. And once you understand that concept, it's not about the amount of work you put in, but it's about working smarter. That is when your business will really start to grow. Your time stops being directly correlated with how much money you're bringing in the door. So someone who's making 3 to 8k or someone who's making 10k plus, what is the main difference? Someone who's stuck here is usually booking loads of sales calls, chasing leads, working on client delivery, editing all their content themselves, constantly fixing things. They feel accomplished daily, but they feel super disappointed at the end of the month when they don't get the results that they want. Because their dopamine is tied to being busy. Whereas someone who's making plus 10k a month has a different relationship with productivity. They're not doing more, they're doing less, but they're doing less better. They actually manage their time efficiently and prioritize high value tasks. They mainly work on content that drives inbound applications and inbound traffic to them. They work on their offer so it gets the absolute best client results and they can leverage those client results and testimonials. And they have an outstanding client experience that drives referrals. So the way I like to view it is you should have 2 different modes as a coach. You should have coach mode where you're doing check-ins and fulfillment, and then you should have CEO mode, which is your deep work. Coach mode is when your calendar is stacked. This is when you're doing check-ins, sales calls, team meetings, whatever it may be. And you want to stack these as much as possible, because if you have nothing on all day and a call at 4 p.m, you're going to find it very difficult to lock in until 4 p.m because you know you have that call hanging over you for the whole day. So you want to try stack your calls, stack your check-ins as much as possible so that they're back to back to back, so you can just get a block of them, then you're free to work on the business. And then CEO mode is when you're working on income producing activities, filming and planning content, creating freebies and assets that sell for you, and working on your client fulfillment so you have the best offer that's out there. This is the highest return on investment inputs. And most coaches, they don't prioritize this because they have so much actual work to do in the business that they have no time to work on the business. But most of the time it's because their calendar is so scattered, and it can be fixed if you're just more optimal with your time. If you have a call at like 3 p.m, like I was saying, your brain is going to refuse to lock in at 1 p.m. because it knows the call is hanging over them at 3. I've had this myself so many times. So have different days for different things. The way I like to plan my week is Mondays, all my creative stuff. I get my YouTube video done, which is like this. I get all my content for the week done, and I don't take any calls. Tuesday and Wednesday, I batch all of my client calls and all of my group calls with my clients. Thursday, I take sales calls, and Friday is a creative day where I'll script as well and work on the business. So don't scatter your calls over the course of the whole week. Don't scatter your check-ins over the course of the whole week. Try to make days where you have no calls so you can work on the business as well. And if you're someone right now who's not prioritizing content, I need you to wake up. If you want to grow your business to 15 to 30k a month, content is the biggest lever you can pull. You don't just create content when you have time. You create time to make content. Every time you post a video, that is an opportunity for you to reach so many people. When I was a mindset coach, one singular video brought me 2,200 leads and made me 151,000 euro. One post can literally get so many people into your ecosystem ready to buy when you're asleep. If you're consistent with your content and you actually have strategy behind it, so every post is intentional and it moves someone closer to buying from you, your sales calls become so easy because people are already bought in. You've handled their objections within your content, and they most of the time will actually pay in full. So what kind of content do you post? I'm going to give you a little breakdown on my strategy. You don't just want to post value content. A lot of coaches just post tips, value, all of this stuff, but people can get value from anywhere. People can get value from ChatGPT, from Google, from loads of people on the internet, and it's copyable. Anyone can copy and paste the same thing. Why should someone choose you? If your content is something along the lines of 3 tips to lose fat, anyone can just copy that word for word. And that is not what a personal brand is. You need to give people a reason to want to listen to you. You need to show proof, your lived experience, results that you've gotten for yourself, testimonials, your lessons, your life, and your unique perspective on things, because that's what's actually going to make someone want to work with you. So there's 2 main types of content you need. You need attraction content and you need nurturing content. Attraction content is top of the funnel. Ultimately, it should always answer the question, why should I care what you have to say? This is what captivates someone's attention and attracts them into your page. It should show your audience that you have the outcome that they want, you have the standards for yourself that they want, and that you are trustworthy and they should trust you. And a lot of people say, I don't want to brag and I want to show off. It's not about that at all. It's just about showing that you're embodied in the work that you actually do. It's showing that you actually walk the walk and you're not just some guru that's speaking about things that you haven't even done for yourself. So some examples as a coach could be your routines, a vulnerable moment and how you got out the other side of it, your personal story, painful things you've overcame, your life experiences, your life lessons. There's so much in there. Ultimately, content that makes someone stop scrolling and want to listen to your story and what you have to say. Then you have your nurturing content, which should answer the question, can they actually help me? This is what builds so much trust with your audience and removes objections that they might have. So it should answer, will something like this work for me? What if I don't have time? What's different about your method? What does working with you look like? And how fast can I expect results? And the easiest way to create absolute quality content is to ask your clients who already paid you money. Your best content ideas are in your DMs, from previous consultation calls you've had, application forms, or any objection you've ever got in the past to someone signing up with you. Ask every single one of your current clients, what made you want to sign up with me? Ask them, what made you choose me specifically? What finally pushed you to apply or book a call with me? Was there anything that almost stopped you from joining? What were you worried might not work? And who else were you considering to work with, and why did you choose me? And that is literally your content plan. If you can just create content around those things, you're going to attract more buyers to you and more people who want to invest in your service. When you create content around handling real objections for people who are either going to work with you or people who are working with you, that is going to make more people want to work with you. So stop guessing and start utilizing the data that you already have to create a content plan that's actually intentional and making people move forward in your sales process to actually give you their money and sign up. And lastly is conversations. You cannot expect to be making money if you're scared of your DMs and you're scared to get in there and actually speak to your audience. It's ridiculous. Get over yourself and have conversations with your audience. You don't have to be salesy. I feel like outreach gets such a bad perception because some people approach it so icky and they just don't actually care about the people they're speaking to. But if you actually just show interest and show care about your audience, it's not icky. It's actually really helpful. So instead of just saying like something ridiculously stupid like, hey, love your content, XX, don't go near that. Just say something along the lines of, hey, thank you so much for being part of my community. Really appreciate you being here. Love to give back to my community as much as possible. Is there anything you'd like me to create content on this week? And I'll make a video on it. That way you're giving back to your audience, building a connection, you're getting to know what they want from you, you're able to give them some free value in your content, and you've started building that relationship, which could eventually lead to a sale. So get in your DMs, and I would recommend at least starting 30 conversations every single day, leading with value first. That way you're going to build community with the audience you're growing, you're able to give back to your audience, and that's what's going to move people along the funnel as well to eventually buy from you. Off the back of this video, I'm giving away 3 free consultation calls. So if you're not scared for me to come in and rip your business apart, give you a clear game plan to hit 15k a month plus, hit the link in my bio and book a one-to-one session with me. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.